Hello everybody, welcome to the quick video. Now something a little bit different today, it's something I've been meaning to do for a little bit. It's basically what kit I'm using for 2023. Obviously, as many of you know, my main camera is the OM System OM1. For the most part, the Olympus 12-100 f4 Pro lens is my go-to lens. I did a video a couple of weeks back. Basically, it's almost perfect, almost every condition. But when it doesn't work, I've got some other bits and pieces as well. And my bag of choice that I tend to keep them in is this Lower Pro Flipside 400 AW. Great bag with loads of options and stuff like that in it. But run down sort of the lenses I've got. Firstly, one of the newest lenses I've got is this, the Olympus 42-150 f2.8 Pro. Seems to be a cracking lens, the bits I've done with it, and be doing quite a bit more with it, I think, not just for wildlife side, for landscape as well. I think it worked really, really well. There's quite a lot of options in there with it, and you do get quite a lot of clarity as well, so yeah, not bad. Handily, it does actually allow you to use this little thing with it as well, which is the Olympus MC14 1.4 times teleconverter. Now I'm contemplating getting the 2 times teleconverter as well, but we'll see how things go on that one. But yeah, this basically sort of converts that up, and also works with the 300 Pro as well. So it's actually quite useful and doesn't really slow it down too much. Drops it by one stop and doesn't affect the quality of the image too badly either. The big daddy is my 300. This is the Olympus 300mm f4 Pro. Does tend to have the strap on it because I'd rather actually have this attached around my neck rather than sort of pulling on the actual lens mount on the camera. But yeah, beast of a lens, possibly the cleanest lens I've ever used. Absolutely astounding lens. Has all the usual sort of pro features in it, but the main thing to remember, this is a 300mm prime lens, full frame 600 equivalent, and like I say, it's astonishingly clean. Definitely one of the best ones I've ever used. For general out and about stuff, I tend to carry 2 other lenses as well if I've just got the 12-100 on. First one is this, my 9-18mm lens from Olympus. Now, it's not a pro range one, it's very, very compact like you can see, but it does have to be extended out to actually enable it, so it's not quite as small as it first looks. You'd have to unlock the lens, but it works absolutely brilliantly. It's not on par with the Pro range, but it's not bad. It's a handy little lens, and it's light enough, as you can see. Keep that in the bag. It gives you a wide angle approach. It's not fish-eyed, which is quite nice. The other thing that always ends up in the bag is this, my 30mm macro. As you can see, it's tiny and weighs nothing again, but what I have done, I've got this JJC, it's actually metal lens hood, and it screws on absolutely perfectly onto the lens. But the convenient part is, I know I can actually get right the way up to there and still be in focus. It's almost perfectly sort of set up for it, and it just gives the element a little bit of sort of protection as well, so if you're getting in close, you're not risking actually sort of banging off the element. Yeah, also not a pro lens, but it's clean because it's, like I said, 30mm prime, works brilliantly. It's the sort of thing that and the 12-100 sit in this little sort of side bag that I carry. Nothing too expensive, but you've got decent compartments in there, handy little bits, zip parts for batteries and cards and things like that. Really, really sort of useful storage that doesn't weigh a lot, but you can sort of carry it around all day. It's really quite nice. So if I'm not feeling sort of taking out the big rucksack, it works brilliantly for it. Other bits and bobs, lens-wise, I still do have my 75-300. Yes, it's not a perfectly clean lens, but it gives you great results, especially in good light conditions. It's really, really quite nice, and it's compact enough. It's not huge. Like I said, the hood is actually sort of about a third of the size of the lens. But yeah, it works brilliantly. Gives you reasonable results. If you want something lightweight, you don't want to be carting the bigger lenses around, but it gives you enough to actually sort of get away with it. It's sort of thing Tracy's actually been using that a bit, but she did take the 40 to 150. Actually quite likes that as well, so might be doing a few bits with that. Now that's my general sort of camera side of things. The other thing that I do always carry with me is this, which is a power bank for charging the OM1. It's got a suitable sort of power delivery port on it, so it can actually sort of charge and shoot at the same time. But I find myself, especially when I'm out in the van at night, I'll pop that on and actually use it just to charge the camera itself. But talking of cameras, here's the other one. So a quick shift, and this is what I've just been filming on. This is my EM1 Mark II. This is my first sort of foray into the real sort of heavy end of Micro Four Thirds, and it impressed me that much when the OM1 came out. It was sort of the driving force to actually sort of get me to shift systems away from the Canon full frame. Like I say, I still use this for video. If I'm out and about just with the 12-100 on, normally just use the OM1 to do the filming. But if I've got 300 or anything different to that, I'll use this with the 12-50. It's a clean enough lens for video. It's not like you need superb clarity on it, 'cause I don't tend to put out 4K. Most of the content's sort of seen on phones these days, so it's pointless actually going that high up. Certainly for me anyway. But it gives great results in video mode. It's handy to actually have a still camera as well, with the 12-50 range, which isn't too bad if I've got the bigger lenses on the OM1. So it just gives you a little bit of an option for doing things like that. Definitely this was the first camera to sort of introduce me to proper image stabilisation sort of in body, and I was blown away with how it actually sort of felt in the hand and the results I was getting from it. Like I said, this is the bit that really sort of started making me think, am I actually better shifting to this system rather than sort of having the Canon? Like I say, when the OM1 was released, that was essentially the end of it. I sort of switched systems and really I've never looked back. But like I say, this is the bits that I now use. So this is my sort of weekend setup. If I go out, I'm going to carry all of these bits with me unless I know specifically what I'm going to be doing, in which case literally all I'll do, I'll drop the bits and bobs in that I'm likely to need, and just take that. But as a rule, it's the sort of thing that we sort of, if we're out and about, I've got everything to hand, it all fits into the one pack. I just take out what I need to, so I'm not carting a lot of things out, because one of the big things that really did it for me with the Micro Four Thirds was how light the system is compared to the full frame. I mean, even actually using sort of some of the full frame mirrorless, the bodies aren't too heavy, but the lenses still are, because you need that size of the glass for the full frame sensor. So yeah, little bits and bobs that I've learned along the way, but for now this is my sort of current setup. The plan for tonight, I'm actually out in the Lincolnshire Wolds at the moment. Idea is, well, looking at the weather forecast, it's going to go clear tonight and there's a comet out. Then I'm going to try and get, possibly with the 300mm, if I can sort of track it and find out where it is. But that's the idea for tonight anyway, so if that works I'll pop some pictures up. If not, we've been out and about, so I'll drop some pictures up now for you. But yeah, that gives you some insight anyway. But thanks for watching. More coming through the year, and hopefully 2023 is going to be a great year for photography for us. But if you like the video, please do give it a big thumbs up. Really helps the channel out no end. If you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a penny, but it really helps me out no end. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time. Take care.
you.